of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad Noah, and for over 2 years, we've just been sitting on my bed and having a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week, we're going to talk about my birthday. And if you have any topic ideas for us, you can leave them in the reviews on Apple Podcasts.
8 years old. We started this podcast
When I was 5.
together on camera when you were 5.
Yeah.
So
That's like 3
we've done a podcast on camera together in this follow-up dad and daughter series, turning 6, turning 7,
Now turning
8.
8.
And when it was just an audio podcast and
That
it was
you
just
did.
me hosting and you were a guest, we did one when you were turning 3. And
It's hilarious.
and Mom and I listened to it
Yes.
this week.
It's hilarious, but I refuse to watch it. I can't stand hearing. This is one thing. I cannot stand hearing myself. I don't know. I just can't.
It's a little uncomfortable. You're gonna have to get used. You're gonna have to get used to that. So Mom and I listened to it, and if you want to go back and you can listen to it just on the vocalnow.com page for the follow up. You can either hit Control F and maybe do type in turning 3 or
Yeah.
Apple
But
F for
also,
turning 3.
I think I did a turning 4, and turning 5.
Right, but you can go back and it's not on camera. You can listen to it. And what was so funny is it asked you about what we were having for your birthday dinner, and you said baked ziti
And that's what we had this year.
and asparagus. And this year we had baked ziti and
Shishito peppers.
shishito peppers.
Everybody got a spicy one,
Right, because shishito peppers 1 out of 10 are spicy, and
and there were 5 of them.
yeah, there's a spicy pack of
Yeah.
shishito peppers. All right, so you're 8 years old. And it's a question I've asked you before when you turn a different age. Is there anything that you think comes with being 8 that you didn't have when you were 7?
For me, I've only been 8 for a few days, but I don't know. Really.
But maybe
That's
thinking ahead to, well, what does being a year older mean?
Maybe because a lot of after school activities I can do more now because they start at 8 a lot.
Oh, that's true.
So now I have a bunch of things that I do that I've just started, and I think now helping me move up in levels and that
That's true. Maybe you won't say as much
yeah.
now that you're 8.
That's
So
true.
when you
I
are
say that a lot.
so when you're talking and trying to think of what to say next, just
Stop.
pause. Just pause for a beat, and then
Maybe
move forward.
also when I'm not thinking, stop saying my sentences too.
True.
Maybe also in writing.
Yeah, you
say that
don't say it. You don't say it when you're writing.
Maybe only if a comparison I do. I would
Well,
say
sure, but that's
when you actually
when you're
have
supposed
to
to do
use
it. It's a simile.
Yeah.
Using like or as. Turning 8. Yeah, not a whole lot different
No. Turning 7.
than being 7. So maybe there's not a singular thing that you've thought about. Okay, at 8 I'll be able to do this, but as you're getting older, taller, stronger, maybe something physically that you haven't been able to done it, you think, oh, all right, well, I'd like to be able to do that now.
I want to get across the monkey bars and maybe back. And I also we just have the part there's a small bar that's just straight.
Mhm.
So I want to be able to, because I can do one pull up, but I have to jump up and push. I jump and then get up. So I want to be able to go up, down, up, but not fall down.
Yeah, good
2
idea.
up and down. Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't do that at your age.
it's hard.
Yeah, and maybe in basketball you'll get stronger and be able to make baskets
I
consistently.
think also after basketball ends, I think I might want to do gymnastics and then that, because I want to practice some more gymnastics and do that.
Uh-huh.
I love gymnastics.
Yeah,
Cardio.
maybe you can do both.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, as you start to, it's good to have all these different athletic activities plus the other
Right.
extracurricular academic activities like coding and What else?
I do dance.
Oh, and dance, right? That's right. That's a physical activity
Right.
in Hebrew school, and that's
Yeah.
good. That is good. Any different concerns at 8?
No.
You have any general concerns?
No.
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 What about in school? Can you see the difference? Like, so New York City public schools are, if you're born in that year, so 2014, you're in 3rd grade.
Right.
So you have some kids that are January birthdays, and you're an October birthday. It's a big difference.
Right.
Do you see any differences in kids that are older versus your age in October?
Not really. But, like, that kids in my same grade.
Mhm.
Not really.
Hmm.
So, a bunch of the kids, like, my friend that's born in January, and I'm in October, like, we're really good friends. So, it's not like, no one really thinks about, like, if you're playing with someone else, like, you can't play because it's, like, the difference of age, really.
Well, sure.
Right, but it's
Right,
like,
that's
no one really
understandable,
thinks about the difference of age, I
But
feel.
do you ever think like, oh, they seem older?
Not really.
Well, yeah, well, that's a good thing.
But I feel like there's definitely still a bunch of difference from 3rd grade and 2nd grade.
Explain that.
So, I feel like in 2nd grade, it was more or less like I'm going to talk about writing, because this is, like, the main notice that I notice.
The main notice that you notice?
The main thing that I noticed.
Okay.
The main thing.
Got it.
The main notice that I noticed does not make sense.
Sure.
So, in 2nd grade writing, you would just, like, write a page.
How about you not some luck?
Yes. you would write.
Or I would.
I would write. Or everybody writes a story, and then they're finished with it. They write another story. They're finished with it. They write another story. They're finished with it. But in 3rd grade, you make like a ton of different giraffes, and then you finally make a published piece after editing it 5 times and doing all of these extra steps instead of just folder, right? Folder,
Mhm.
right? Folder. I think that's always why my folder was stacked to the, it was my folder was always breaking open because I had, so many pieces of writing, because I wouldn't, it's not like anybody else would do anything. It's just, they go straight in your folder.
Do you find any parts of the revision process more tedious than others?
What does tedious mean? Challenging?
No, exhausting.
Or exhausting?
Or maybe you think, all right, God, I mean, I know this is necessary, but this is tough to deal with.
Just the part on how long our checklist is, we have to do, they're
Whoa.
sorry,
That was 3 likes and
Yeah.
6 words.
there are about 10 or 11 things that we have to do to edit,
Mhm.
because we have 6 on one page, 4 on the back, or something. It's around 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So it's just when you start to get into the editing process, it's really, I do so many things. And when you're trying to do it, you're trying to do it fast just to get over it, but it's it's just so hard.
So maybe we'll start working on verbal editing with That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But also, you're just trying to get through it, but if you're trying to get through it and you go too fast,
You're trying to get through
then
it,
you're
but
gonna have-
still by doing the work.
right, because then if you try to get through it too fast, then you're going to have to go back
Yeah.
and do it again, so now you've doubled your process.
Right.
So you might
But
as
it's
well just focus
you
on
wanna
doing
go
it each
a
time.
little fast, but you also want to still know what you're doing. But
Yeah.
sometimes it just can be really slow.
Sure, understandable. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And if you notice, we had to switch cameras. There's something going on with the external camera, so we're on the internal camera. If anyone is paying attention to video quality.
Yeah.
Do you have years that are milestones in your head that you think, well, at that age is a certain age where things change, or that age is a certain age where I'll be able to do a certain thing?
Not in my head, like something's probably but like it's not like I'm thinking really about that much.
So, but is there a number that you hear and you
People
think,
say.
yeah, and, oh, that number, yep, that age, I know I'll be able to do this.
I feel like most people always say 10.
Why?
Because it's like 5th grade, but also like in my school, like 10 is a big number because that's 5th grade, and that is now because we don't have 6th grade in our school, so that's like a big number.
Oh, that's the last year of
right,
you in that school.
for a lot of kids in our school.
Mhm.
But then it's also like first like what do you call it? What's 10 years called?
Can you tell me?
Decade?
Yeah, first decade of
Yeah.
your life, yeah.
That I feel like a lot of people just think about that
Mhm.
like of something that's a milestone.
Okay. I used to think about 13,
Yeah.
because that was your bar bat mitzvah age.
Yeah.
16 was driving.
Yeah.
18 is
What?
what is 18
What?
with democracy,
Voting.
voting. Yeah, and then 18, 17, 18 college.
Yeah.
Yeah, those types of things. Do you think that we should expect anything different of you at 8 than we did when you were 7?
Definitely have not thought of that. I don't know. I just haven't thought of that really. Some things just like I just don't think just like the other day. Don't think about it
Okay.
really. But yeah.
As long as you, the way Mom and I say it is, as long as you just continue to progress the way you have academically, socially, and personally, and physically, that you continue to just carry the same values that you've had, and you also just continue to know what your different responsibilities are. Because being responsible at different ages means different things.
Right.
Like when I started to be responsible at age 3, it was make sure you don't wait too long to go to the bathroom because you're out of diapers.
Yeah. Because in diapers, it's like you just go.
Right. So that was what was responsible then. Now, as you get older, you're being responsible means like in writing of taking your time or standing up for yourself, standing up for other kids, and being respectful means different things.
Right.
So,
But being respectful relates with being responsible, but also is a totally separate thing.
Yeah. As long as you keep that stuff in your head, you think you're gonna have a good year. All right, I love you.
Love you.